Hi, this is Kelly Diaz. In this week's readings, I really appreciated how all of them went together and gave me some insight as to how to assist students in learning a second language. The PowerPoint showed me that while using pictures to help English language learners, at times it can be ineffective and redundant. It can also lead to an overload of unnecessary information. The use of PWIM might be more effective when used in combination with other tools such as teacher modeling. Teacher modeling as in the reading and writing that she's doing to show the students how it works, and then moving towards sentence and paragraph construction. It also will be more effective when used at building working and long-term memory to help the students build their vocabulary and knowledge of another language. The scaffolding information was a great insert. It's a great tool to use in the classroom, and it's a way to give students a more active role in their learning process. This happens as the students become more independent and less dependent, and they use the individual support of the teacher to make this progress. They're able to build on their prior knowledge and gradually become responsible for what they are learning. In Tabor's Chapter 5, we learned about the cognitive and social factors that interact together to influence language acquisition. Children use individual strategies such as joining the group, guessing, and giving the impression that they can speak the language as tools to build their language skills. There are 4 factors that affect language acquisition. First is motivation. That is the want to learn the second language. Second is exposure, prior exposure, as well as the quantity of exposure that they are given on a daily basis in the environment that they're in, how much they interact with the English-speaking children and adults. Their age is also another factor. Younger children take longer to move into the developmental pathway of learning another language. They use their home language longer. They don't realize that there is another language being spoken and that their language is completely different. They also stay in the nonverbal phase longer, and they take longer to acquire the formulaic phrases and use productive phrases. The older children move into the productive second language use more quickly. Personality is another factor. Shy versus outgoing. Shy students are more cautious and practice quietly. They develop their own private speech. The outgoing students want to communicate with others, and therefore they make the effort to learn the new language. They might make mistakes, but they use what they have and just hope for the best. Usually there's a happy medium between the two. It's their social needs versus their knowledge of the new language, and they just find that balance that they can use. All of these factors are interrelated, and any combination can affect second language learning. Learning language is just a natural process, and the students have to go through it on an individual basis. In Unit 7 and 8 in Authors in the Classroom, they talked about the creative power and self-discovery, as well as ways to learn and setting goals. With long-term projects, students are able to learn about continuity and doing things one step at a time, and building the stamina to stay with something till the end and finishing something, even though it might take long term. There are multiple ways that students learn: reading, writing, listening, doing, touching. Students learn differently, and as individuals, they find a preferred method and excel at their strengths. As teachers, we should help encourage them to try out other methods in order to provide a well-rounded education. My favorite line in that unit is the line about more students are involved in determining what they want to learn and how they can go about learning it, the greater likelihood there is that they will become independent and motivated lifelong learners. I feel this applies to all students and at all stages in their education, and it's an important focus for teachers to understand and implement in their classroom.